If you time travel to ancient Egypt, you'd be a trillionaire. No, not this type of trillionaire, but this type of trillionaire. The year is 2060 BCE. You wake up face down in hot sand. No phone, no bank account, just the sun burning your neck, the Nile quietly flowing in the distance, and a group of confused ancient Egyptians staring at you like you just fell out of the sky. Because you did. You've time traveled to ancient Egypt, right in the middle of the Old Kingdom. The pyramids are rising, pharaohs are gods, and somehow you're still carrying modern knowledge inside your head. Now, here's the twist. You're not here to invent electricity. You're not here to introduce guns. You're not here to redesign the pyramids. You're here to get obscenely rich, and you're going to do it with something so boring, so underestimated, that nobody will see it coming. You're going to do it with this. And although you and I both know what it is, for your sake, it doesn't have a name here because it hasn't been invented yet. And in case you still didn't get it, it's a bar of soap. And yes, we're about to get rich using soap. And before you get rich, there's one simple and important rule. You have to stick to it no matter what. Survive. Ancient Egypt is advanced, but it's also brutal. Heat, disease, parasites, infections. One bad cut can kill you. So the first thing you do isn't business. It's cleaning yourself. And immediately, you notice something important. Yes, Egyptians value cleanliness. Priests shave their bodies. Ritual washing exists. Perfumes exists. But daily, effective hygiene? Not really. Most people bathe occasionally. Workers smell like sweat, mud, and the Nile. Open wounds are everywhere. And suddenly, your modern brain lights up. This entire civilization is missing one small thing, and that small thing changes everything. Soap isn't impressive to us, but in a pre-germ theory world, soap is magic. It reduces infections, improves skin, prevents disease, makes people smell better, and quietly saves lives. And here's the key. Soap can be made with Bronze Age technology. No electricity, no factories, no chemistry degree, just animal fat or plant oil, ash, water, heat, and time. You don't call it saponification. You call it a cleansing substance discovered through wisdom. And just like that, you possess knowledge worth more than gold. But you have to be careful here. Any wrong move, and you're done. You don't walk into a temple screaming, "And from the future, look at my soap!" That's how you get sacrificed. Instead, you start quietly. You collect animal fat from butchers, ash from burnt wood. You boil, stir, wait. Your first batch is ugly. It smells weird, but it works. You wash your hands. Cuts heal faster. Skin irritation drops. Infections don't spread. You've just noticed something doctors won't understand for 4,000 years. And now, you have to market this new invention of yours. That's going to change ancient Egypt forever. You don't sell to peasants first. They can't afford you, and they don't influence culture. Your first customers are strategic: priests, doctors, temple workers, and wealthy households. Why? Because priests already believe cleanliness is holy. Doctors already experiment with treatments. And elites copy whatever other elites do. You don't say, "This removes bacteria." You say, "It protects the skin, prevents corruption of wounds, preserves purity." You give free samples, and this would give you free marketing for the rest of your life. No explosions, no announcements, just whispers. This healer's patients recover faster. This man's hands never smell. Temple workers using it fall sick less. People don't understand why it works. They don't need to. They just know it does. And in ancient societies, results matter more than explanations. But this is not enough. You have to make it sacred. You don't call it soap. You give it power. You name it something like Nefru Ka, the purifier of the body. You stamp symbols into it. The Ankh, the Eye of Horus, a lotus. Now it's not a product. It's a ritual object. You're not selling cleanliness. You're selling status, protection, spiritual confidence. And rich people love that. You keep this up, you'll drown in work and you will definitely be exhausted. If you make every bar yourself, you fail. So, you scale carefully. You train apprentices, control the recipe, own distribution. You teach the process, but slightly obscure the exact ratios. Their soap works, yours works better. You build workshops near the Nile, fat sources, temples. Workers are paid in food, status, and protection. They don't rebel, they're proud. Congratulations! You've just built one of the first consumer manufacturing systems in history. And this is where things get dangerous and powerful. Soap doesn't just clean, it quietly changes public health. Fewer infected wounds, less sickness in crowded areas, healthier workers, stronger soldiers. Doctors notice patterns, officials notice productivity. Temples notice fewer ritual disruptions. No one understands why, but everyone understands results. At this point, killing you would be stupid. You're useful. And in ancient states, usefulness is protection. Now you expand. Sideways. Soap opens doors. You introduce scented oils, bath rituals, linen cleaning bars, medical cleaning kits. You standardize sizes. You mark authenticity. You create consistency. You've invented branding. And before you know it, trade routes pick it up. Nubia, the Levant, Mediterranean traders. Soap becomes an Egyptian prestige export. And you control the knowledge. Although there's no money economy yet, so wealth looks different. You accumulate grain rights, land access, labor contracts, political favors. You don't hoard gold, you hoard leverage. Your name is attached to temples, relief during disease. You don't challenge the pharaoh, you support him. You become the man who keeps Egypt clean. And clean kingdoms are stable kingdoms. But be careful, because behind every successful man, there are people who would love to see him fall to his knees, begging for mercy. Success attracts enemies. Priests may accuse you of forbidden knowledge, sorcery, angering the gods. So you do something brilliant. You step back. You credit divine inspiration, ancient wisdom, rediscovered practices. You never claim godhood. You survive by not shining too brightly. And yes, let's be honest. At some point you notice something else changing. People listen when you speak. You smell better than everyone else in a 5-mile radius. You're healthy, respected, and somehow connected to temples and officials. In ancient Egypt, that combination is basically unbeatable. Families want to associate with you. Introductions happen casually. A girl's father doesn't ask where you're from. He asks how stable your grain access is. You don't win anyone over with pickup lines. You win with clean hands, social standing, and the quiet reputation of someone who brings safety instead of chaos. In a world where disease is common and the future is uncertain, being the guy who made life cleaner, calmer, and more predictable, that's attractive. Very attractive. By the time you're old, soap is normal. Bathing is common. Infections are lower. Your workshops run without you. Your family is embedded in administration. History remembers you quietly, not as a conqueror, but as someone who made Egypt a better place and a lot more cleaner. So ask yourself this: if one tiny idea, applied at the right moment, can reshape an entire civilization, what everyday knowledge do we take for granted today that would look like divine power in the past? Because history doesn't always belong to kings or warriors. Sometimes it belongs to the person who figured out how to wash their hands before everyone else.